All right. Welcome, Speed Gaming fans, to this amazing match between Gebbu and Static Shock. This is the SG Live 2021 Super Metroid Any Percent Tournament. My name is Eddie, and I am super happy to be calming this match. In the future, my co-com, Mr. Guy Average, will be here. Not here at the moment, but will be arriving. And this is quite an exciting match. So we have, as I said, Gebbu in the left. The monster Gebbu working on that, trying to get that 41. Has, I think, tied with the second best PB of this entire tournament with Sloters. Now, that being said, this is the loser's bracket. Gebbu was knocked into the loser's bracket by Kip in a previous match. An excellent match. Highly recommend anyone that was around to go watch that match if you haven't. But that being said, his opponent today is Static Shock. Static Shock is one of the final 3 KPDR runners. Actually, I think he is one of the last 2 KPDR runners in this tournament. And honestly, getting this far in the tournament, running old route, getting to that losers round 6, getting to that losers round 5 is an absolute incredible feat. As you may have guessed, Static Shock is absolutely a monster when it comes to running this route. Working on that, getting that 43 PB, which is an incredible time for KPDR. But that being said, we have this clash of these 2 titans. Super excited to be calming this race. Yeah, definitely excited to see what happens here. Is this going to be as exciting as Kip versus Gebbu? You know what? We will see. We will see. All right, so we have both of these runners getting on a series station. Probably one of the most important rooms or sequences of this entire run. Will set yourself up to be, 1 or 2 seconds faster for the entire run. Ooh, Static, trying to get a few extra arm pumps, but arm pump down that little staircase and took a little fall, but that's okay. Getting back up. And ooh, Gebbu missing that tile boost right there. So looks like they're kind of right back on the same spot. Look at these 2 runners, pretty much neck and neck. So, yeah, pretty much less than a 0.1 second differential between their series times. So we'll have both these runners heading to the planet Zebes and getting ready to finish off the rest of the run. Okay, so as mentioned before, Static Shock is a KPDR runner. However, he is absolutely one of the top, I would say of the... I believe there's only 2 runners of his caliber currently running right now. Mr. Guy Average, my co-com, that is going to be joining us later on, and Static, both pushing for that 43. Mr. Guy Average recently hitting that 43, and Static Shock having had multiple 43 paces. But as of right now, I believe those are the 2 top KPDR runners. So you can never count out one of these runners, given how skillful they are. All right, so Gebbu going for that more traditional moonfall down the right side, where Static does the little weave, so saves about 10 frames on Gebbu right there. And look at both these runners just neck and neck in this early game. Look at that synchronization going on that elevator. All right, so although we will be seeing a divergence later on in this route, because the first initial points up until that red tower room are pretty much exactly the same, we can expect a lot of synchronization potentially from these 2 runners, given that they're so highly skilled at this game. All right, so Gebbu taking a little bit of lead there because Static wasn't able to morph right off the bat. Both of them getting that little turnaround on collecting that missile, so they'll be able to shoot this door and immediately mothball into the next room. All right, Static getting a little crouch lock there. Sometimes when you try to do some inputs on the exact same frame that you're trying to get up, you can get... Samus will just refuse to move. So looks like that's what happened there. So Gebbu taking that really, really tiny lead right here. Now we'll see how both of these players approach the pit room. Ooh, Gebbu taking a little fall there. Oh, Static getting the pit boost strategy right there. So Static taking the lead in this early game. Both of these players employing the wall jump climb. And Static breaking spin, so it takes a little bit of a fall. But they're both synchronized at the moment. So both of them going up that right side parlor. This is the optimal route. And look at that sync. So don't let these times fool you. Static has, I believe, a low 44, and Gebbu does have a low 42. That would be a stark difference, but as you can see, both of these runners extremely strong in this early game. It's just that the time difference is just the route in this case. Static is very strong. Now that being said, both of these runners will be doing the, the pixel perfect Bomb Chorizo setup. Bomb Chorizo will be flying back in the beginning. Get that initial 5 shots in. Collect a few of those missiles. And Static getting the faster kill. So Static will be taking a little bit of a lead in this early game. Getting that real fast door open. Alright, both players coming out with full health and 5 missiles. That is what you like to see. And both players... Ooh, Gebbu failing that Alcatraz. Both players opting for the left side Alcatraz, but Gebbu taking a little fall there, but recovers very quickly. Static going for that arm pup Terminator strat. Excellently played. And Gebbu has to stop there a little bit. Doesn't have all the missiles that he wants. As you can see, Static will just be barreling through. The health does not matter to him right now, as he will be fighting Kraid first. Not the most dangerous boss, and then he will be grabbing E-Tank for free. So, that being said, Gebbu has to keep maintaining as much health as he possibly can, as he will be fighting Fantoon first, and you only have a few hits on Fantoon before you die, so you have to maintain that health, or else that fight can go real bad real quick. So, once again, Gebbu having the full required missiles doesn't have to do any farming strat that Gebbu has to do here to open up these doors. Ooh, Gebbu getting that little diagonal shot on that door. That's always a little scary, because if you don't have the missiles to open that door, you can lose a lot of time. That being said, Static will have time to make up naturally, because he does run the slower route. So any advantage that he can get on right now is the sort of advantage that he'd like to have for the rest of the match. All right, Gebbu just getting able to get that little farm from that bug for free. Static employing the little unmorph down back strat, so does Gebbu. There is a faster strat involving that with the morph weave, but that is very difficult. Some may say it's free. It absolutely is not. And join with me now is Mr. Guy Average. MGA, how are you doing right now?
Yo, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, sorry I was late, but I'm excited to see this matchup. It's gonna be really sick, I'm sure you've said before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Static actually, I was saying earlier that even though, these players have, a low 44 and a low 42, you might think, oh, wow, 42, that runner's so much better. That's not true at all, because, the KPDR route is a little bit slower, and Static showing that he's very capable by taking this early small lead against Gebbu in the early game. And Gebbu is definitely known for his early game as well.
Definitely, yeah. A lot of the time save is just, I think, like running through the pirates, right? So yeah, they're actually probably like tied right now, like room for room.
Yep, absolutely. I actually think Static has a little bit of a lead. We saw that Gebbu was a little bit slower on the BT kill, and had a few falls here and there in the early game, but obviously they're still very neck and neck here. Right, so we have Gebbu getting that, not opening that door, but going for that nice little door open deboost off the bouillons, as hockey would call it. But we have Gebbu heading up to Fantoon, going through, about to enter that mode, one of the most notorious new route rooms, and we have Static heading over to Kraid to
That was a
hit
really
area.
close hit from the Caterpillar there. He was trying to go for the optimal strat.
Ooh.
Gebbu.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to get hit. I don't remember exactly how much damage that does, but it's a lot, and if you get hit by it, you're never happy because Fantoon can kill you if you're not careful. So we have Static doing some lag reduction strats, and we have Gebbu with the CWJ attempt. Oh yeah, that's not fair. In a race setting, getting that CWJ, not even getting that HPJ back up, just first try CWJ. That's that's good.
Yeah, that's not what Static wants to see, obviously. But,
yeah, Static wants to see Gebbu fall like 6 times in the mode.
just wastes away all that time save that new route gets.
Yep, absolutely. So, that being said, new route Fantoon is a little bit trickier. Old route with the X Factor strats, you can get that 2-round pretty consistent. But you gotta do those Doppler strats on this Fantoon new route, so
Dang,
you could always have some issues there.
Static did not get Kraid drops, good Kraid drops, and he had 0 missiles leaving, so he had to pseudo screw all the pirates. It's really rough.
That's pretty rough. That's definitely not the kind of time loss that you want to take. That's not even really your fault. It's just sometimes the RNG gets you in this game. And speaking of RNG, we got the Fantoon fight for Gebbu. Okay, not that fast. Let's see if you can get this mid here. Not the mid, so this will be a slow pattern at the start. Ooh, breaking his Doppler a little bit there. This will likely not be a 2-round, but that is a fast. So we have a slow fast. That's a pretty sick air Doppler.
Yeah, that's a sick one.
I
think he got flame laned a little bit.
Yeah, so this is looking like it's going to be a slow fast mid. Oh, getting that punish. Yeah, what is that, like a 25% chance? You kind of expect to have that mid after, but...
Yeah. Okay, nice 3-round though.
Yeah, 3-round, no problem for Gebbu. And we have Static picking up those high jump boots missiles. Do you know if Static goes for the 1510 or if he goes for 2010?
I think he goes for 1510, but I could be wrong. I haven't seen too many of his runs, so I'm not sure.
Got you. So can you maybe tell us a little bit about the difference between grabbing the high jump missiles as opposed to maybe grabbing those mold missiles?
Yeah. So I've always heard that like it was about the same. I decided to test it for myself, and at least for me, what I found that the moat missiles is around a second faster to grab than high jump missiles.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't need the extra missiles in Upper Norfair, but you do need it for Wreck Ship and Meridia. So that's why I found it's probably a lot nicer to have those extra 20 missiles from Moat rather than high jump. But yeah, in the end, it's only a second, so it's really down to preference.
Okay, yeah, so great insight. That being said, MGA, Gebbu took 2 hits from the Atomic trying to get that little clip up there, so his health is not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, he's going to have to farm a little bit.
Yeah, so that being said, to get across the bowling alley, Gebbu's going to need at least 121 HP. The spikes do hit for 60. So there is a farm room coming up ahead. There are strats that he will employ that involve killing the waivers and pancakes. That being said, if he doesn't get enough health, he's going to have to reset the room, or he's just going to farm right here. This works too.
Yeah, I would totally. With that kind of health, I'd just farm here.
You don't getting the health that he needs.
You really don't want to mess up this room right now.
Yep. Oh.
Like.
Gebbu doesn't want to get hit by those pancakes. All right, that's enough health to get through.
That was close.
So that's a bit of a time loss. That's the kind of the little flubs that Static wants to see in order to make up that time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Static got 0 super drops from the bugs, and he just decided to go, which is pretty ballsy of him.
Oh no, yeah. So he's gonna have to missile this door. A little bit of a time loss. So Static definitely not getting hooked up with the traps that he wants. Um, so he's gonna have to employ some farm strats with the Sovas coming up ahead and hope that he gets those supers because he's gonna need to be able to open that door.
There's loads of chances to farm. The super is not as like pressing of an issue as Gebbu not having enough health.
Yes, that's true. So Gebbu currently is health bombed. Um, has the power bombs that he needs for now. There's other ways you can farm it, but as long as you have two, you're kind of good with the strats going into Upper Norfair early on at least. And his super count is good, so yeah, Gebu's gonna probably want to get a little bit of health somewhere. He'll probably get a big health from the crab coming up ahead. Now that being said, if Gebu touches the crab, that's lights out for him. 15 health is not enough to survive a shot from the crab, so absolutely can be a way to die here. We've seen it happen. Oh my gosh! Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that would have been quite a way to end the run here. That being said, as a reminder, this is the losers bracket, so any either player that loses here, they are out of the tournament.
All right, and they're about to high five here in Red Tower. So Gebbu does do PR KD, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I know that a good point of measure is like if these guys were tied, they would hit LN Elevator and Gravity Suit around at the same time. So we'll see like where their paces are at that point.
Got you. Tied as in like getting to the end of the game, or tied as in discounting the time loss from running KPDR?
Getting to the end of the game.
Got you. Okay,
Not,
so
not discounting the loss. Yeah.
got you. Okay, so if we see them hit that at the same time, then we can expect that it's a very even match going up to the end of the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Got you.
Static would get a 44, and then Gebbu would get a 42.
Yep.
Essentially.
Static nailing that nice little ledge grab crime, getting that red tower down grab. That's always a tricky one. All right, so Gebbu does typically run the PRKD route. We'll see if he opts to do any sort of safety and goes for Kraid second. Nope, heading straight down. Will be committing to that PRKD, the optimal and most risky route, as opposed to the safety version of the route, PKRD. All right, so you think Static is going to get the Ocean Fly?
We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Don't let me down.
All right. So we have the Ocean Fly attempt. Oh, and Static nails it.
That was good.
That was good.
You
Oh,
got
man.
full run speed off the ledge and everything.
Yeah, he got like, he pretty much like, he was about to clear those missiles before he started to spark. That was nice.
That's really what you want to see.
Yep. So, yeah, Static absolutely putting on a clinic. Yeah, so I've been told that Static has actually only been running this game for about a year, which to me is absolute insanity to achieve this sort of ability, if that's the case.
Yeah, he got so good in such a short amount of time. I was looking at his like run history, and 9 months ago, I think his PB was like a 49, and then within 6 months, he got all the way down to a 45.
That's crazy. I mean, and now he's really trying to break into that 43 club, trying to join you. I was saying earlier that I think Static and you are probably the strongest currently active KPDR runners. I'm not sure if there are any others right now.
Yeah, I think so. And Sloters, I would say. He does do KPDR from now and then, but yeah, it's mainly just us.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely a treat to see both of you still in this tournament, making it this far, running the route that, race-wise, getting to this time, you're going to be going up against, times that are kind of unbeatable with this route, unless you are literally the world record holder.
Basically, unless there's those. But yeah, that was a really good fan tune from Static. He got the really nice X Factor and Mini Doppler strat, both on screen. That's really what you want to see for KPDR, is just on screen kills,
Yep,
since
absolutely.
it's really doable.
So, what kind of pace is Static on right now? Because honestly, I feel like he hasn't made too many mistakes.
Um, I think he should be on a 44, mid 44, I'd say,
Hey,
at this point.
so yeah, I would say overall so far in the run, I think Static has made less mistakes than Gebbu actually has in this race. So if Static can keep up this consistency and things can kind of keep going the way that they are, this absolutely could be a close race.
Yeah, definitely. I'm less knowledgeable about new route paces, obviously, but I would assume that Gebu's on a 43 at least.
Yes. Can't think of any major flubs that Gebbu has honestly made. So Gebbu is so strong. He's like regularly on these like insane early game paces. Um, That being said, I would say his early game was maybe a little bit weaker than average than he usually is, and Gebu is obviously an incredible player, but I would say he might be a little bit more known for his early game paces. And yes, absolutely great Attic by Static. That sounds nice off the tongue.
Yeah. When you said, I was like, oh, Attic by Static.
The Static Attic.
That's all I really want to hear.
Yep, and nice little bowling spark right there too. So, yeah, Static.
Yeah, and great health for it too, and everything. He has excellent ammo and health going into Meridia.
So we have Gebbu grabbing those extra missiles. Gebbu not going. On PB attempts, we'll be doing that 15-10, but in this race, not going for that. That's definitely a PB attempt kind of thing to do, but not in a race setting.
Yeah, and I feel like skipping that missile in a race, like you save such little time because you have to like jump over the missile and then get hit by the spikes and do all that like weird nonsense. Like losing 5 seconds, I feel like is not that bad, especially with a run that is so reset heavy already. So yeah.
Okay, so Static seems to be in a pretty good spot. Did grab that gravity suit, I mean, maybe about 20 seconds ago, and Gebbu has yet to hit that LN elevator.
Yeah, let's see. Let's compare times. I think Static hit it around 20, like a high 24x, 2049 maybe. And Gebbu hits it. I'll wait for the unpause. 2130.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I want to say Gebbu is maybe in terms of PB pace. I think Gebbu might be like a minute behind his PB at the moment.
Yeah. Static around 30 seconds behind his PB, maybe. I'm not actually sure what kind of graph time you got.
Got you.
20 to 30, I'd say.
Static does get grabbed by that Vile Plume. That's a little bit of time lost there. Meanwhile, Gebbu is heading into the most dangerous part of Lower Norfair. So, given how strong of a runner Gebbu is, I expect that he's not going to have too many issues, but you're always get nervous if there's one mistake that happens, suddenly we're going to be sweating real hard at that point.
Yeah, it's such a domino effect in Lower Norfair.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even like a room like this, if you get hit by this pirate down here, just things kind of go wrong. Your rhythm is off, and you might end up getting hit again.
Yeah.
And you really can't afford those hits. That being said, Gebbu so far executing this completely flawlessly.
That's such a nice spin jump over the pirate. I always like wonder how you get that consistent because I always try to like morph ball over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, spin jump can be finicky. You can absolutely clip the pirate, and that's not what you want to have to happen. A lot of people do just morph over it just because that is the safer way, getting that hitbox smaller. And let's see if Gebbu gets this little speed mock ball. Nice. So, Gebbu is probably in the out of the most dangerous part of the Lower Norfair entrance. Still has Ridley and the Lower Norfair exit to go. Meanwhile, we have Static entering the Batoon fight for Meridia.
Ooh, nice nice pattern and nice kill from Static.
Excellent. Not the best resources. Didn't really get a super drop, but that should be okay.
Yeah, he had full going in, so it's not even that bad. He'll have an extra super to use on Dragon.
Yep. So Gebbu going back, picking up that little cheeky power bomb right there. Probably hoping that he gets that quadruple X factor on Ridley. That would always be nice.
Wow. Yeah, Gebbu's resources are really good. You never see this great of a ammo count going into Ridley.
Yep. Okay, so only gets that double X factor. That being said, just equips that ice beam and continues with the rest of the fight. Getting a little trolled by Ridley with that fast swoop there, but meanwhile we have Static heading over to this Dragon fight. All the boss fights in this game can be quite tough, so definitely keep an eye out for both these runners. There can be a good amount of time loss in both. I'd say Gebbu probably has this fight currently under control. We have to watch if Static will get the good sparks on Dragon here.
Yeah, you're looking for the 2 and blue.
Mm-hmm. That looked good on my end. Seems like all the particles hit. Let's see if you can finish off Dragon right here.
Very nice.
That's the hard one too. You have to react. So both players. Ooh, did he get the spike suit there? I didn't get to see. No, it looks like he didn't. Let's see if he can get the recovery here. Didn't get that. Okay. So we'll pick up those drops. Gebbu making short work of Ridley and is going to grab that Ridley E-Tank. So we have seen Gebbu do this before. He likely will be skipping the Batoon E-Tank if his health is really good. But that being said, he is running a new route. There is a little bit of a time save. But, Static is not giving that much leeway to Gebbu here. So far, executing things pretty darn well.
Yeah, thankfully Static will be able to go for the Plasma Spark with this health. And we all know that saves roughly 2 hours.
Yes, absolutely. Plasma. I feel like I associate Static and Plasma. That's kind of like the elements that I think of. So, really hope that Static can get this.
He's gonna get it.
Okay.
I predict he will.
I like that. The utmost confidence that you have here.
Don't let me know.
All right, we have Gebbu doing the lower north entrance. Normally, that's something we would point out a little bit more, but not as scary with his current health. And Static. Oh. Doesn't get that spin jump right there, so isn't able to get the Plasma Spark. But, that's okay. Making it back up there. We're making short work of this exit. Oh, takes a little bit of fall there. That's always a tricky room. You have to come in with just the right amount of run speed or else you start just falling everywhere. Samus likes to trip in this room.
Yeah, those slopes are weird.
Mm-hmm. Gebbu just nailing that through Musketeers.
Great. Yeah, great manip.
And great plasma room by Static as well. Now, will Gebbu get this ball boost? Nope, not today. Maybe he can get the really slow one. Nope, too fast for the slow one.
Yeah, this is looking pretty close in terms of PBs. Static is definitely still on pace for 44. It's going to be a little bit harder now. And yeah, Gebbu, I think 43 pace for sure. Maybe even 42.
Absolutely. So Static, assuming those numbers are correct, it's usually pretty hard to tell given the routes are very different. But there is a good chance that Static does just have to have time that he needs to make up if he wants to be able to take over Gebbu in this race.
Yeah. Yeah, Gebbu's Meridia is going to have to go pretty bad, I think, for him to have a good chance.
Mm-hmm. And that being said, Static's Meridia was pretty darn solid, aside from the missed spike suit, but, got that Womple jump, so not really losing an incredible amount of time. And Meridia is always a really, really scary spot for a new route runner, especially because, let's say Gebbu doesn't get that double frame perfect spike suit, he will have to do the reverse Coliseum without that space jump. So there's definitely a lot of time that could be lost. that's yeah, these segments are not easy. Alright, so Gebbu trying to do some lag reduction strats there. You know, at the start of this tournament, I don't think Gebbu actually did any sort of lag reduction on the crate fight, and it looks like he switched that up recently. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's the case. Meanwhile,
It's definitely like free time save, honestly. Kind of like in KPDR where you just take hits from the spikes. You might as well if you have the health.
Ooh, look at that little swag entry by Static, getting that turnaround through the door and that instant moonfall, looking pretty nice. And you know, going for that southern route. Can't say that I'm a fan of the southern route, only because I don't really know how to do it. But MGA, I know you're a big fan of the southern route.
Is the best route. I stand by it. I will never do northern route unless I need to.
All right, so Static, let's see if you can get this chronic boost here. Oh yeah, Static's just flying through that door.
Yeah.
And now we have both players going into very, you know, environmentally different parts of this world. Gebbu heading into that Meridia, and Static heading into that lower Norfair. Okay. I don't think Gebbu got the right frame there. See if he... Oh, gets that nice little wiggle. Okay, gets that one frame off the nice little wiggle. So that's nice. Nice little pillar spark by Static. Ooh, Static had to reset that worst room in the game. Didn't quite get that jump.
Okay. Nice, gets it. Very well done. Second try round though.
Yep.
That's the
now we have Batoon coming up for Gebbu. Alright, so both these players making short work of Batoon.
Yeah, really good Batoons for both runners.
Alright, so Gebbu with max health. Will he go for the E-Tank as a safety or... Nope, just going for it. He's going 3 tank 2010 to finish off this game.
Boy.
A spicy one here. It's going to be dramatic all the way up until the end. Nice full halfie by Gebbu. Will he collect that super? No, chooses not to.
Oh, okay. I honestly would have grabbed it for the safety, I think. Having it for Dragon is really nice.
Yep, having it for Dragon. And honestly, you need all the supers you can get at this point going into Turian, but that time loss, Gebbu doesn't... guess Gebbu just chooses to think that's not worth it there.
It's not worth the extra 20 frames.
Yeah, Gebbu, an absolutely elite runner. Not programmed to grab that little extra safety there. Probably had to fight himself to grab that extra 20 missiles there. Yeah, that looked like a solid hit on Dragon. Okay, nice. Gebbu and Static both getting, you know, that difficult but really fast pattern. Now, that being said, Gebbu gets the spike suit. That is huge.
Yeah, it's so important to get that spike suit in new route. Because, you know, in old route you have space jump as a backup, but in new route it's just take damage, basically.
Yep. So I thought Gebbu was going to come out with no supers there for a second, but, you know, 3 supers just kind of crammed on the right side. So... yeah, Gebbu making short work of Ridley right there. That plasma is just super strong.
Yeah, both of these runners are having such great runs. But yeah, so basically you can really see that new route versus old route difference. It's basically about 2 minutes, I think, difference here.
Yeah, so definitely It definitely just goes to show that when you get to these later stages of the tournament, you know, it is definitely a lot harder to have success with that old route just because of that time loss when you're playing at this extremely elite level. Um, you know, that is why the world record is the route that it is. That being said, Gebbu is going to grab some farm here. Let's see if he goes for some extra farm. No, he's just going to go for it. So resources looking pretty much just fine here. And you know, that being said, if Static and Gebbu were to hit G4 at the exact same time, that would imply that Static is extremely far ahead. So regardless of the pace, we can expect that Gebbu will hit that G4 first, unless he's lagging extremely far behind. Nice little space jump to get to that second ledge. Ooh, okay, so Static hit that wall there. Is that going to affect the Three Musketeers a little bit?
Not too much if you kill them like he's doing right now.
Okay, he actually was one shot there. Don't think he was going to accidentally jump into it, but that's never the kind of situation you want to see.
Yeah, his health's kind of low now.
Yeah, so, you know, Static's resources really not looking that hot at the moment. I feel like very often in KPDR you can come out with some extremely big resources, but, you know, I feel like I've definitely seen a little bit better. All right, so Gebbu with that 34:57 G4 entry time. Static running over as fast as he can to get to that G4 statue as well. Nice little ledge landing right there. You can see just how like well versed Static is in terms of practice. Like, you know, was gonna go on that right ledge, didn't quite make it with that ledge grab, so he, you know, changed up his strat and immediately went to the left ledge instead. And like he did that in the split of a second. You could just see how practiced he is. Really a sign of just, you know, a seasoned runner. Which is crazy given how, you know, relatively new Static actually is. Okay, so Gebbu only has one super coming into this, so, you know, Gebbu can absolutely lose a big chunk of time here if he's not careful.
Hopefully RNG plays nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not gets only one super there.
Okay.
Okay, those are pretty good drops. Yeah, you typically don't want to have to super or missile that room 2, but I think Gebbu just really wants to make sure he has the requisite missiles. That was a good drop right there. All right, so still wants 2 more supers ideally. Really only needs 1, but I have to expect that Gebbu's gonna missile this. Okay, so Gebbu coming out with flawless resources. That being said, he is 3 tanking it, so. Ooh, took a little extra hit that he doesn't want to from the Rinka, so 10 less HP than normal, given that if you don't get that Rinka boost. We got baby skip coming up for Gebbu. Ooh, that was kind of close.
Cutting it close.
Taking that extra safe jump. Ooh, oh, almost got clipped right there.
that was a little interesting. That last
we
jump.
have 37-31 entry, G4 entry by Static. So Static definitely, you know, has time to is behind by quite a bit. Now that being said, will Gebbu up to save here, or is he just going to go for it? Yeah, so Gebbu does have time to save. Probably has like a good minute or minute and a half. But let's say Gebbu dies at the Mother Brain fight. He's not guaranteed to win if that happens. He probably has maybe a minute and a half on Static. So if he takes a light death, then he could absolutely be in trouble here. Does not help that, you know, he's getting shot at a little bit here, has to take that extra 10 damage, so doesn't have that much health to work with on this fight.
Ooh,
Oh,
That turret.
okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Gebbu doesn't have too much health to work with, and if he takes the stuff right here, that is going to swing it probably in favor of Static. So,
Depending on where he dies too. I mean, if he dies right away, I think he still has a shot. But
yes,
it's like shot 60 and he dies, then that's really rough.
yes, exactly. So this is not over yet. Gebbu has to get through this fight. Oh my gosh!
Oh man.
Gebbu only has 20 HP, 19 HP to work with here. Gebbu doesn't. Gebbu resets.
All right, now it's close.
Now we have a real game going on here. Gebbu had to reset there. Takes that hit.
Oh wait, but Static has 11 missiles. I'm actually not sure how this is gonna work.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
This is getting pretty wild here. What I can say for sure here is that Static absolutely wants to nail this baby skip if he wants to have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
And you know, Gebbu maybe is a little bit shaken up, not getting this hem skip. Once again, not coming in with the greatest amount of health into this fight.
Oh, dude, Static just went for the 4-jump baby skip and he got it. He
Static
tried to go
nails
for
the
the
4-jump baby skip. Okay, so Static has to refill his missiles here to complete this match. It's important to note that, you know, Gebbu looks like he's ahead right now, but Static only has to do 20 shots on Mother Brain, and Gebbu only has 34 HP and has to do 60 shots on the fight. So it's kind of hard to say actually who's ahead right now.
Honestly, I think Gebbu's a little bit ahead right now. Unless Static like really whips out an like freaking perfect Mother Brain fight.
Oh my gosh, these onion rings not being super kind. You know, MGA, I've got to say, this is actually a really close race. So, Static's starting the Mother Brain 2 fight. I don't know, MGA. I think...
I mean, I don't know. It's close.
I think it's really close. Has Gebbu really gotten about 40 shots in right now?
I mean, Mother Brain hasn't even gotten up for Static yet.
What I can say for sure is neither of these players really want to take a hit, especially Gebbu. Oh, excellent dodge with the meatball centered. MGA, I think this is really close.
This is looking like deja vu to me. Oh wow.
Oh my!
Oh my
Gebbu
God.
gets the extra meatball too.
Dude, that is actually unfair, but
Static
looks
is
like Static's
ahead.
ahead.
Static is
Wow.
ahead. MGA, I am absolutely having deja vu. This is
this is
literally
deja
what happened to us.
Reminds me of a little race that somebody had a few days ago.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, MGA. This race is so close. Static, you know, one of the last few KPDR runners along with you, has a real legit shot of making it through to the next round. Potentially beating Gebbu is absolutely one of the runners that could have won this entire tournament. You know, getting knocked out, maybe even considered a small upset by, you know, Kip. You know, you can't really say that's not an upset. Kip's an excellent runner, but Gebbu has the second best PB tied with Sloters in this entire tournament.
Yeah, this is crazy for sure.
Yeah, this is absolute insanity right now. So at this point, you know, there's borderline no difference between the loadout of these players. You know, Static has that extra plasma, but they both have the hyper beam going into the next room. The space jump doesn't matter for the optimal stretch, which both players are going to go for. This is going to come down to pure raw execution.
So we'll see who has the better execution.
Absolutely. Static missing that one mother brain shot.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right. It looks like
Static,
it's still.
yeah, Static still has that little extra lead. A reminder to those the runners, please make sure you hit that done button on racetime.gg.
You gotta hit that done button. Oh man, this is
This
close.
is
It's
it.
like 1.1.5 second difference, I think.
Both with that exact spot on entry. Oh, Gebbu getting a much worse entry into this next room. Have the Leodox room coming up.
Okay, gets the moonfall. Oh.
Oh, Gebbu doesn't get the moonfall.
Oh man. It's gonna come down to steam.
Oh my gosh. Static has a little bit of a lead here. Oh, Static stumbling in the parlor. Oh no. Steam.
No, dude, it was a steam.
Gebbu finishes on the ship first.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That being said, so on the racetime.gg time right now that we have, Static actually comes in first place with the 45.09 and Gebbu actually in second place with the 45.10.
Yeah, we might have to like rewatch that one frame count or something.
Yes. So this is a crazy match. You know, I think Gebbu landed on that one. There is a rule stating that if there is a 3-second time difference, the thing can be rewatched. But you know, so we will probably have to retime this one. With that being said, this is the closest race we have had in this entire tournament.
We had the closest race.
I don't know about that MGA. Oh my gosh.
That's wild though. That is such a close race.
That is maybe the most insane race that we've had in this tournament. To see both players, you know, just make it through at that time. You know, Gebbu taking that safety save, giving him that chance because did not have the requisite health that he wanted to get in there. But, you know, this was just the most absolute insane race that I've, you know, I might have ever seen. So, you know, this is, you know, the results of this race is definitely pending. There is absolutely a rule if the race time results are within 3 seconds and the winner is unclear, there will be a frame count. I think Gebbu hit the thing first, but we honestly we're gonna have to check that. But you know, either way, this race was just absolute insanity to me. All right, so I think I have to do this real quick. So it does say winner right now, but that is actually to be determined. Just have to mark these things, and we'll see if we can get either of these runners in for an interview. Absolute insanity. I'm honestly, MG, I'm at a loss for words of what we just witnessed.
That was crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that is that's definitely one of the closest races I've ever seen.
that is the closest race I've ever seen for sure.
I've definitely had my fair share of close races, but none as close as that one.
Right. So that being said, we have with us right now, we have Gebbu live on air with us. Gebbu, how are you feeling right now?
Hello, 1 second. I just gotta put a headset on.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right. So Gebbu, well, I'll let you say any thoughts on that race.
That was something.
That's a really sick race, honestly.
I don't really know what to say, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, your run was really good. Like your execution was so great throughout. The only hiccup being, that one wreck ship hit from the atomics. But other than that, like I feel like you didn't even have that many big of mistakes.
Yeah, it's funny about the atomics thing. I was talking about Lynx the other day. I think he did the same thing in his race the other day. And I said to him, like, that's probably never going to be a problem for me since I never mess up that clip. But of course it happens in the race. So, yeah, thankfully I didn't die there. But Mother Brain had other plans, apparently.
Yeah, so I was gonna say with that save, because you did have a pretty significant lead on Static at that point, so definitely understood that save there. Now that being said, when you take that death on Mother Brain, it's got to be absolutely nerve-wracking. So when you went into that second one, that second fight, what were your thoughts?
Well, I saw that we were pretty much tied after Mother Brain. I don't know. I think I thought I was still ahead, so I could, like, as long as I survived. But it was it actually wasn't as nerve-wracking as the first fight for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know if part of why I died was because of nerves or just Mother Brain giving me a hard time. But it felt easier the second time around. So I don't know. Just giving me an easier pattern, I guess. But my question is, who won?
Yeah, so I never thought that I did write this rule in prior to the start on October 14th. I didn't think we'd ever have to use this rule, but there is a rule stating that if the race time results are within 3 seconds and the winner is unclear, the racers may request a frame count to determine the winner of the race. So on visually what we saw, it's always hard to tell because the sync will never be perfect. It looked like you were able to land on the ship first, but the race time results say, Static were to win first, but it is a 1 second differential in the time.
I had the mouse ready to go on the done button, but when I reached my arm, I hit my mouse and it was all over the place. So I lost probably 1 or 2 seconds just getting my mouse to the button again. But Static played really good, so if he won, I'd say he deserves it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Very solid run by him.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was just overall this run was absolutely insane because I feel like Gebbu, you're absolutely known for your early game strength, but Static showing that consistency in that early game. I think he took a little bit of lead on you in that beginning spot. And then it was just absolutely wild to me that starting that Mother Brain 3 fight, it was just gonna come down to raw execution at that point.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Insane that we ran different routes and it came down to like the frame count, the frames.
Yep.
That's insane. It's almost like it's staged or something.
Yeah, people are gonna have to analyze this these VODs just to see that I didn't rig it so that we're having such a great match for the viewers.
Yeah, it's all over now, exposed.
Okay. MJ, you have any final questions that you want to ask Gebbu?
No, not really. Just I guess, how do you feel about the tournament in general, like your execution in it and performance?
It's hard to say. This is my first tournament, so I'm not exactly 100% happy, but I am happy with my race versus Kip. That's probably the highlight for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think my race with Mr. Fox was kind of decent too, but I haven't really been too happy with my times. But you know, it's a race, so you can't expect a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
races are a whole different kind of ball game, in my opinion, compared
Yeah,
to just going for PB attempts.
for sure.
Okay, so you know, that being said, Gebbu, you have any final words for your fans here? You know, the things are still up to be determined, but yeah, any last words you have?
No, man. Thanks guys for coming. Thanks for watching, everyone. Glad we could put on an exciting race. That's the most important thing.
Oh, you know, exciting was an understatement. I was so shocked at what I was witnessing.
Yeah, I'm still shaking. So
Awesome. Well, you know, that being said, we do have to move on to our next scheduled program here. So, thanks everyone so much for watching. This is such a great match. The closest match, absolutely the closest match we've had in this tournament so far. And it was so amazing. This is just a great time. MJ, so glad that you could join me here with comms. Definitely please follow these runners if you can. Twitch.tv/Gebbu, and that's twitch.tv/staticshock_DC. Both great runners if you want to see people pushing the boundaries for new route and pushing the boundaries for old route. So, that being said, this was the SG Live 2021 losers round 5 match. It's such an exciting match that we had. And that's it for today. So, from all of us at SpeedGaming Live 2021, thank you so much, and see you next mission.